how can we learn from the leaders, educators, and experts in our industry? What can we take away from their successes and failures? How can we apply this to our businesses, our careers, and our lives? This is what we are here to find out. I'm your host, Karthik Chidambaram, CEO of DCKAP. We make systems, talk to each other for manufacturers and distributors. I love to learn and share the knowledge with others. This podcast is about having meaningful conversations that we can all learn from. Thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy this conversation. Hello everyone, Karthik Chidambaram, CEO of DCKAP.
And I'm Danna Stone. I'm the Senior Vice President of Marketing at Graybar. And today we're going to talk about lessons learned at the NAW Executive Summit for 2025.
Danna, great seeing you at DC,
thank you.
And we attended the sessions this morning. So what have been some of your learnings from the conference?
I look forward to this event every year. It's a great way to kick off the year as a distributor and wholesaler. And to be impacted by leaders from all different industries is fantastic. The panel this morning was great. I actually went to the packed breakfast as well, but the panel this morning was fantastic, representing a number of different industries. And I think they do a really good job of addressing things that we're all thinking about all day, challenges that we're dealing with all day, no matter what we are selling. So it's just been an excellent experience so far.
I attended the packed breakfast as well. I thought that was very enlightening. I think, we need great policies for running great businesses, and I thought the packed breakfast was really good, and that was a great experience attending that. Is this your first NAW? Have you been here before?
This is my second. Okay. That was my first packed breakfast, so it was kind of great that just the timing of the two senators that joined us being freshman senators and hearing their perspective, and that they were business leaders, one obviously former military as well, which I can always respect, and hearing a very pro-business sort of insight into how this next few years will go is really promising for all of us.
And one thing that resonated with me is just like in business, you always need new people, new faces, and new talent. And same in politics as well, right? I mean, that's something the senators talked about. You really need fresh blood.
A fresh perspective. And they really honed in on that, a fresh perspective for us. And frankly, on behalf of us, they were both people that we supported, or the PAC supported in the last election. And I was refreshed. I think that we have some really good policies in the future for pro-business. And they got into the tax reform and tax cuts and what's the future of that. We talked a little bit about LIFO, which is very personal to our business. And so, I have a lot of optimism.
And what about the CEO panel? Did you attend the CEO panel?
I did, yeah. I did.
And what were some of your learnings from the CEO panel?
Again, I'll go back to, they hit a number of subjects, from cybersecurity to M&A to any other type of labor discussion that they had. And it's interesting to watch how we're all dealing with challenges. And I think they gave us some really clear insights into how they are successful and what they are doing within their business that is translatable to or transferable to all of us. So it was a very good panel. And the level of detail, they simplify topics so that anybody can relate to them and think about how they would apply them to their business. They were very good.
I definitely like the cybersecurity perspective as well. Julian Francis, he talked about the beacon, right? So he talked a lot about cybersecurity and how important that is, because that's something a lot of distributors don't really think about, because that's not the core of the business. But then that becomes essential, especially when you're a large company. I'm sure it applies a lot for Graybar. So when you're a large company and you really have to stay on top of your game or hire external consultants, just try to break in.
And he made some comment about how many emails he gets a day or something, and that he has the phishing button. I found that fantastic and really, really thoughtful. But every distributor, every company for that matter, should have some form of investment into cybersecurity. It can shut a business down immediately. One of the conversations was, what's the cost of this? What's the cost of not doing it? Shutting your business down for a day, a month, all of the costs that go into that, it's actually something that I think is very important to invest in. Not just for us, but for our customers. So I really appreciated his comments on that, and hopefully it resonated with everyone in the room.
Another conversation I really enjoyed was from Kevin at FleetRite, where he talked about mobile adoption and technology, right? I mean, I think especially for a company like FleetRite, hey, I'm stuck in the highway, I need some help, I can just see, right? Instead of just going to one shop and it's not there, going to another store, instead of doing that, I just check my phone and see, hey, this is what I'm looking for. which store has this, and I just go right there.
Yeah.
I think mobile adoption was something I related to quite a bit as well.
Yeah, as the demographics of our customers are shifting. Okay, our newer customers are expecting that kind of service from a mobile app. All of their technologies that they're used to using and that they've been using their entire lives are second nature, and so we have to adapt and make sure that we're investing properly. I agree. Yeah, he did a good job on that part.
I really liked how Larry moderated the panel as well, the CEO panel. And also, he had some great things to say about NAW and Eric Hoplin's leadership. One thing which resonated a lot with me is NAW has evolved under Eric, and I totally resonate with that. This is my second conference, and the bar is just going
Raising,
high. Raising. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of enthusiasm and energy at this conference. The other thing I liked about, because you're commenting on Larry, watching four CEOs talk to each other for me is fascinating. That's such an enjoyable part of the conference. So bringing that sort of level of expertise, not only in their industry, but just as a leader generally, has been fantastic. But to your point, Eric has brought a ton of enthusiasm and energy to the conference, which we're all helpful for, or we're all thankful for.
And it's great that Larry also added his perspective to the event. Yeah,
right.
Cool.
Yeah.
There was a ton of learning on M&A as well. Because as a distributor, you have to keep growing, and if you don't keep growing, then kind of that's like a catch-22 situation. There was a great conversation on M&A as well.
Yeah, what's clear to me, and I obviously think of electrical distribution first, but what's clear to me is all of distribution is consolidating. And what Jason talked about, I think he said like 79 or 76 acquisitions in the last few years, was astounding to me. And so from an expertise perspective to talk about that, no one better. It's a really interesting business case.
What are your thoughts on Oscar's conversation, the CEO of United, with Eric? I thought that was fascinating, and there were a ton of learnings for me there. What did you learn from that conversation?
So I'm a bit embarrassed. I didn't know about the, Oscar Munoz, GMA interview until today. I'm going to watch it later. But so I thought he was an awesome leader, really good story, and turning a company around the way that he did, and that kind of performance within that first year and a half after sort of struggling for 7 years with that particular acquisition or merger. Really insightful. I like how he boiled it down, no matter what industry he has worked in, that he boiled it down to every one of those has human beings. So a railroad isn't an airline. A soda company isn't an airline. But what he was trying to point out was that all of these companies are run by human beings. So just spending time with them, listening to them, I think those are personal stories that we can all use as leaders.
Yeah, listening is very, very important. Another thing that resonated a lot with me is it's never too late to do the right thing, right? So even if you mess up, it's okay. You can go and fix it. I thought he was spot on.
Yeah, he was really, really strong and an excellent end to the morning today. He was very good. Yeah.
Another thing I thought was really, really funny is, why are you spending so much money buying expensive luggage? You're just going to throw it.
When he said that, this is a true story. When he said that, I felt so validated, because I actually took my 10-year anniversary gift. One of the options was luggage. I took it for free, and I don't know if it's what brand it is, American Tourist or Samsonite or whatever. And I unapologetically walk around the airport with that thing, because there's no way I would spend a lot of money on luggage. Just something durable that will survive. 2025 is good enough for me.
Danna, thank you so much. I enjoyed this chat, chatting
you.
And debriefing about NAW. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining our Driven by DCKAP podcast. Your support means a lot to us. If you enjoyed this episode, please click the like button and subscribe. Consider leaving us a review. Thank you for joining us.